Damn, did we make it? Let's see. Are we live? Can you guys let me know if we made it live? I have no idea if we are. Interesting. One sec, guys. Sweet. Okay, guys, real quick, so sorry for being super late today. I am in an Airbnb in Las Vegas, and I didn't expect to be going live today, so I didn't bring any equipment or anything like that. So massively difficult to get into to get set up for things when you're not in your normal kind of setup. So I appreciate the patience. And let's do this. I wanna hit on some dope stuff today. Guys, so today's gonna be just me. And so because I'm gonna be completely alone, hit me up, like light up the chat. If you guys want to come on board and have a chat, like let me know. I can bring you guys into the Zoom too. Let's do that. I'm just gonna have fun with it today because it's just me and Marlon is. I don't know where the hell Marlon is. He's trapped. So if you guys want to come on the stream, come and hang out with me behind the scenes. So today it's kind of cool, guys, because there could have been a lot of reasons for us not to go live today, and there's enough good reasons to not go live today, but the reality is we're on episode 92. And so 92 episodes in, like, we just can't miss at this point. We've developed such an amazing streak, and there's not going to be a week that goes by where Think Big's not happening. But I want to get on this today, guys. This is what we're really going to be hitting on. And so I'm a specialist in business. Like, that's my thing. And I don't really get to talk about this too much very often because there's usually 2 or 3 of us on this podcast. And everyone has their thing, right? Like, and it sometimes prevents me from being able to go really ham on the things that I want to talk about, and that is scaling business and growing business very tactically and strategically. And that's the thing that makes me tick. And I want everyone to notice this is, I think, going to be a theme for everything I do moving forward. We've got some really huge things in the works that are about to launch in the next couple of weeks, and some things that I've been working on for a long time, and they're all predicated on growing business, and that's it. Nothing else, just growing business at the highest level. And what does that mean? There are 6 core components to business, okay? And what I'll do is I'll put these in the chat too, so you guys know. So there are 6 core components in every business. Number 1 is going to be your product and your service. So what is the thing? What are you selling, right? Whether it's a coaching product or a CRM, or I don't know, you own an ads agency, whatever the heck it is, or if it's a service, what do? Maybe you have a cold call company. Maybe you are a wholesaler and your service is being able to get homeowners out of sticky situations. Thanks, Zach. Good to see you, man. And so number 1 is always going to be product service, right? So you have to optimize your product service before you really can go any further. This is why we always see a lot of people go really hard on marketing and sales and HR and fulfillment, all these things, but their product and their service sucks. And they wonder why they can't grow their business. It has nothing to do with their sales sucking or their marketing sucking. It's because foundationally, the foundation of your business truly is the product itself, the service itself. But today's not gonna be a day about product or service. The next kind of portion, the next 2 portions are what we're really gonna be hitting on. So after product and service, the next core component of business is the marketing. And the marketing is specifically one thing. How do you generate leads to come into your business, right? If you are a lender, those leads, you have leads on 2 fronts. You have leads for people who want to give you money, right? These are lenders, people who are sitting with $50,000, $60,000 in their bank account. Those are lenders. Those are lender leads on the front end. And then you have operator leads on the back end. Operator leads are the people who have the deals, right? They're the ones who actually have the flips. They have the projects that you want to be able to lend on. And so marketing for a lender is, how can we get in front of all of these people and get these people to want to do business with us, right? If you're a wholesaler, Leads are direct to seller, right? It's a seller who's in a sticky situation who wants to get out. A lead is an agent who represents a seller, right? And they have a problem that needs to be worked out. So for a wholesaler, it's like that. For a lender, it's lender leads. If you're an institutional lender, or you want to be like a really kind of established private money lender, your lender leads you're going to be looking for is, who are the people that want to give me their money so I can take that money and lend it out myself, just like banks do. And then who are the operators who have all the deals and they have the deals that I can lend on. So that's part 2. Now, part 3 is what in part 2 and 3 both are things I'm really good at. But part 3 is sales. So you have product service, right? That's part 1. Then you have marketing, which is generating the sales. Brandon, what's going on, dude? And then part 3 is the sales. So you have these leads coming in, right? You have these leads coming in. Now you want to be able to convert them. You want to be able to get them to sign on the dotted line, whether that's a purchase and sale agreement on a wholesale contract, whether that is you have a lender lead who has $60,000 in their bank account. They've never lent out money before and they want to give it to you so you can go lend it out at a higher interest rate, right? This is sales, converting at the highest level. And I think a lot of people view sales in a really kind of uniform kind of very, very one size fits all way. And I think there's phenomenal salesmen in the world. There's guys like Andy Elliott and Eric Klein, who, funny enough, are teaming together to do something really special. We've got the Daniel G's of the world who are phenomenal, some of the best salesmen on earth. And the reality is, a lot of people think sales is only that type of high drive, high ambition kind of sales process. And the reality is it can be so much more than that. And a sales process is what matters the most. And so I've only given you guys 3 of the components. The reality is there's about 6. But for today, we're only going to focus on 2 and 3. We're only going to focus on sales and marketing. Why? Because this is one, selfishly, this is what I'm really good at, right? So the other, I'll list them out for you actually, just so what the other parts are. So number 1 is product service. Number 2 is marketing. Number 3 is sales. Number 4 is fulfillment. So basically, once someone has purchased from your company, once a seller has signed on the dotted line, fulfillment is, what does the next steps look like? How good are you at making sure that they're taken care of the way they need to be? That's fulfillment. Number 5 is something that you're going to hit at scale, and that's HR and legal. So when you start scaling and growing a team, you have all these people on payroll, right? You're going to have people on W-2s, you're going to have people with health benefits, with all these things. And then depending on the state that you're in, the legal aspect of being an employer is extremely intensive. So I'm in California. California is a very, very, very kind of HR heavy state. It's not like the Wild West. You can't just get away with whatever you want. HR and legal is something that you have to deal with at scale. And then number 6, the kind of final thing that really, really matters in a business is finance. And this is, again, a scale thing. It doesn't matter in the beginning. It absolutely does, because you have to have your finances in alignment so you can continue to grow your business. But the reality is financing, once you get to $1 million plus, financing becomes like really, really, really critical depending on the business that you're in. So why do I say that? What do I mean by that? There are software businesses that, I'm going to use software, for example. The software is something that we're developing right now. And there are software businesses that are extremely investment heavy, right? Like you have developers, you've got tons and tons of high-level coders who are just basically developing the software and reiterating it over and over and over again. And there's like a care team that goes into that. That's not cheap. That type of development is extremely, extremely expensive. And then so you have a lot of expenses to be able to cut through. Now, you have other things, like there's a lot of guys who are doing software. Let's just say they're building a Go high-level CRM and reselling it. The reality is it's like almost all profit. That's just the straight truth of it. Depending on if you have a ton of employees and VAs helping you manage the system, but Go high-level white labelers or Go high-level resellers, their finances are usually pretty easy because they have a high profit margin business. And I want you guys to understand this. In finances, I don't want to hit on finances too much, but I want to make this note. Finances go hand in hand with your marketing and sales. If you guys are running an extremely low profit margin business, what's going to end up happening is you are not going to have the margin in your business to be able to take money, right, in your financial department take it, reinvest it back into marketing. And guys, marketing is literally a game of testing. It is literally a game of spending money to know where not to spend money. Like that is marketing. And then sales too. If you guys want to grow a sales team, top talent is not free. Top talent requires so much investment, not just in the personnel themselves, but the systems that go into holding them accountable, the systems that go into making sure leads don't fall through the cracks. All of these things are really, really, really expensive. So if you're the financial side of your business is not super dialed in and you don't have a ton of profit margin, what ends up happening is it makes it really hard for you to grow your business, because the number one way, in my opinion, to grow your business is to focus on marketing and sales. So wherever you're at, if you're a wholesaler, know your profit margins, right? A $10,000 assignment fee is very rarely a $10,000 assignment fee, right? You guys know that. All you wholesalers know that. For lenders, right? If you're using your own money, right, and you're getting your money, let's just say you're getting your money on a HELOC at 6, 7, 8%, whatever the heck the percentage is, and you're, arbitraging out a different percentage, like that's your actual profit. Now, if you've got someone on your team running the entire system and you're paying them a cut, you're paying them a salary, whatever it is, that's going to hurt your profit margin. And why do I care about profits? Because your profits are the things that will allow you to forcefully grow your businesses in a very short amount of time. So why do I hit on sales and marketing so much? Because that's like the thing that I'm the best at. I'm really good at product and service. I'm really good at optimizing product and service, but I'm really, really good at marketing and sales. That's my jam. And the reason why I want to hit on that today is because everyone thinks that in the world of real estate investing, that sales and marketing is for wholesalers only. Like that's who should care about sales and marketing. And I like, this is something I've just become so keenly aware of. People who don't realize that sales and marketing are the gasoline on the fire for your business, they're the ones who don't ever actually make it. And if they do, it takes them 10 years. So guys, if you're a lender, you run a TC business, right? A CRM business where you're reselling CRM and you have like this 99% profit margin and it's all great. The reality is there's so many, I see this so often, guys. I see these guys who come in and they have phenomenal product and service, right? Phenomenal product and service in terms of like their lending product. Like they've got, they're hugely established. They've got tons of money. They're well capitalized. They're really good at lending on deals. But the problem is they suck at marketing and they suck at sales. So what ends up happening is their growth in their business is not predictable. It's almost like they always take a lot of pride in saying that it's organic growth only. And organic growth only, even though it's a good thing, is also a dangerous thing because organic is also non-predictable. And here's the key word, it's not forcible. And so if you want to grow your business and you want to double your business, if you're doing $500,000 a year as a lender, as a wholesaler, as a flipper, as a guy selling CRMs, whatever the hell it is, and then over the next 12 months, you want to double that and go to $1 million, and your only way of doing it is organic, guys, the truth is the only way that happens, it's not because you made it happen, it's because you lucked into it happening. And so what I really want to hit on for everybody is implementing sales and marketing in your business. It's a must. It's a must, guys. I spent several $1,000s a couple months ago to go and hang out with one of the best lenders like in the industry, phenomenal private money lender. And this person is massive, makes millions a year in just interest profits. And what was shocking to me is that this person, their entire operation, as good as they are at lending, they suck in growing their businesses. And I sat with this person. I said, hey, so like, you're at where you're at. You're making a few $1 million a year in lending profits, right? Just interest profits. What does that look like moving forward? So how are you going to forcefully grow that? And like, what is the goal? And they said that they want to double their revenue. They want to be able to double the amount of interest they're making month over month over the next 12-month cycle. And I'm like, cool, that's ambitious. Like, how are you going to do that? And their answer was like upsetting to me. Their answer was, well, we're just going to go speak at more meetups and hopefully get on more stages. And that's about it. And so what ends up happening, guys, is that when you do that, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with speaking at meetups. There's nothing wrong with speaking on stages. Like, I do all that stuff, but I never look at my businesses and say, hey, my business's growth is directly relative to the amount of stages I speak on. I've spoken on so many stages across the country over the last year, and I'm going to tell you right now, they're so wildly different. Each one of them is different. You'll have a room with 30 people, and then the next day, for no reason, you'll have a room with 200 people. And even though you may have a room with 200 people, not all 200 people are going to be your target avatar. And so that's a critical thing. And I kind of poured that into this person. I said, hey, like, I get that. That makes sense to me. But, you're making, I think that person's making like 3 to 4 million a year in interest, just in interest payments alone. And that's what they're taking in as profit, which is huge. It's amazing. But for them to be able to go and double that, they need leads. They need like a lead system. They need a marketing system, a sales system. And it was like the idea of it didn't like register with them. They track all of their loans through Excel sheets. Like, think about that, guys. Think about the fact that there's people in this world who are at the top of the industry doing millions a year in interest payments, right? In pure profit revenue. And the crazy thing is, their entire business is being run on Excel. And that like sounds like a flex. And I guess to some degree it is. But the reality is that person, because this person wants to have a monopoly in their local market, the issue then ends up becoming what? If someone like me comes in, or some other person comes in who's like the young kid on the block, and they come in and they have they're well capitalized. They've got all the money on the back end. They've got like a billionaire whale behind them. They've got an established lines of credit with tons of banks, all these things, right? All that has to happen is that person who can basically bring the same liquidity, because anyone can go raise private money. Anyone can go raise millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions in private money. Like, that's just an objective fact. That young kid's going to show up not with Excel running their business. They're going to show up with the most ridiculously built out go high level build. They're going to show up with the most ridiculous CRM that has tons and tons of automations. They're going to have sales reps on the phones closing lenders, right? Closing lenders who have the 50, 60K to deploy. And the lenders think they want 10%. These sales reps are going to make sure they're securing that 50, 60,000 at 7%, at 8% from these mom and pop lenders. And then on the flip side of that sales machine, they're going to have closers who are dealing with operators sending in deals, and the operators are always going to lowball, right? The operators are always going to freaking lowball and say, hey, I need this deal, first position on a flip. I don't want to give any more than 12%. And then if you're the guy in the middle lending on the deal, or if you're the guy in the middle who's trying to connect the lender to the operator and make that arbitrage in the middle, the problem is, like, you're just not going to make money, and you're not going to make nearly enough money to actually forcefully grow your business, because the lending, and I'm harping on lending because it's just the thing that sticks out to me a lot. And so what ends up happening is the lenders don't grow their businesses because they don't have closures on the front end locking in lenders, and they don't have closures on the back end making sure that they're locking in operators and making sure the operators give, honest to God, like disgustingly high returns. And like, that's all it takes. And I told this person, I love this guy. He's a good friend. And I said, like, dude, respectfully, like, I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to compete with you in your market or anything, but like, we're building out lending. And I'm like, I told him, like, dude, you are such a dinosaur right now. And because you refuse to, and it was funny, I was like, you need sales and marketing. You need to generate leads on a conveyor belt. You need to have a nurture system that nurtures these leads, fortunes in the follow-up, brings them along, nurtures them along until they're ready to have a conversion call with a closer who's going to lock in, whether it's a promissory note or some type of commitment at a low interest rate from these lenders. And on the flip side, the operators in the back end, the same thing's happening. And then this guy, I was like, dude, how are you going to grow your business? And he's like, well, we're just going to go speak at meetups, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, well, why don't you just start generating leads? Why don't you start taking sales and marketing way more seriously? And his answer to me, like, honest to God, guys, like, pissed me the hell off. And he said something to the effect of, well, I'm not a wholesaler. Sales and marketing is for wholesalers. And guys, that aggravated the hell out of me, because I want this person to win, right? And I want this person to succeed. And I told him, I'm like, dude, if I were to come and compete against you in your market, I could probably take over your monopoly within about a year. And the only difference is that I know how to run a sales team. I know how to market consistently. I know how to generate leads, nurture leads, convert leads. I understand the cash conversion cycles behind it. We know how to do cold call marketing, texting marketing, email marketing, PPC, PPL, like the whole nine. We can even stack affiliate marketing at a high level on top of a lending business. And then it seemed to me like his brain was just like fried from just the idea of it. And then I realized it's not just him. If here's this guy who's making millions a year in interest payments as a lender, if he's like honestly this undeveloped in his business, what does it mean for everybody else who's trying to be an EMD lender or a Gator lender or a transactional lender, whatever the hell it is? It not just goes for them, it also goes for the flippers. Flippers want to grow their flip operations and they can't because they're so heavily reliant on wholesalers, and wholesalers who understand sales and marketing control the deal flow. And so a wholesaler guys, like a flipper's ability to scale is directly proportionate to a wholesaler deciding to feed him or taking those deals to someone else. Every time I meet a ton of these flippers who say like, yeah, we did 15 deals last year, we want to, double, do 30, do at least 50 flips this year. Huge, amazing. And then their only way of buying deals is basically begging agents and begging wholesalers to bring them the deals and being put into bidding wars because they don't learn the skill set of how to market to generate leads and how to convert sellers to get the leads, like get the deals done. And so what I want to hit on is this, guys. Jay, good to see you, man. Love Jay Holder. It is amazing how true what you were saying. This is for sure. I've seen it multiple times with helping investors. Absolutely, dude. And Jay, because you run a TC company, and dude, you guys are literally managing a transaction that I'm buying like right now. So I've been talking to your partner quite a bit today. And so here's the thing with TC companies. The same thing goes. Most of these TC companies, they oh, this is a great example, guys. This is the curse or the punishment for being really shitty at sales and marketing. The world of TC businesses, right? TCing, transaction coordinating, it is a race to the bottom of the bucket. It's a race to the bottom of the bucket. And they all, 99% of them, only compete on one thing, and that one thing is price. The average TC, if they're like, top tier certified and do creative financing and do all these things, they're going to charge between like $1,500 to $1,600, per file, somewhere around there usually. But now we have people doing creative finance contracts, TCs, who are doing this, and they're doing it for $300. Like, that's it. And they're going after mass volume. And the reality is all these bigger TC companies who are trying to charge a premium, they're getting run out of freaking business because they're competing on something that they have no leg to stand on. And the reality is they may have a better product or service, right? Their product and service may be phenomenal compared to the guy who's willing to do it at $300, right? Because the TC who's doing it at $300 versus the TC who refuses to do it less than $1,500, the TC who's doing $1,500 will probably care more. They'll probably put together a higher quality end product or end service. And so that's critical. But why is the big guy still losing his business to the guy who's charging $300? Because the guy who's charging $300 understands his target avatar. His target client is a wholesaler. Like, that's it. 99% of the times it's wholesalers. And understanding wholesalers, you have to understand they're broke. They don't make tons of money that they're willing to constantly reinvest into ancillary services like a TC company. So wholesalers don't want to drop $1,600 per transaction. They want to drop maybe a couple $100. And the reality is all that's happened is that guy charging $300, they've just figured out sales and marketing a little bit more than the guy who's charging $2,000 for a TC file, right? And so what's going to end up happening is these bigger guys are losing their monopoly across the board. I'm seeing this with lenders. I'm seeing this with flippers. I'm seeing this with TC companies. I'm seeing this across the board in the industry, guys. You know where it's a phenomenal way to talk about this Where else is this happening? It's also happening in the education space. Guys, with what Alex Hermosi has done in school with Sam Ovens, right? With launching school as a platform so people can become educators and have a lower barrier to entry in that regard, make it easier to become educators and to build communities. What's happening is that all those guys who've got $10,000 coaching products, $20,000 coaching products, this, that, and the other, and they're running it on Facebook, they're running it on whatever the fuck they're running it on, they're losing market share. Not in terms of the money, but they're losing market share in terms of the clients that could have been theirs. It's called lost revenue. And the reason why is these new young guys who are coming up on school, they realize that most newbies don't have 10 grand. They don't have $15, $20, $30,000 for your product. They have $20 a month. And now what's happening is that level of sales and marketing, they're getting them into a school community for $20, $30 a month, which is the most they can afford, and then teaching them the skills to go get deals. So they get the $10,000 check, and then they can sell them the product at the back end. Guys, no matter what business, wholesale, flip, lending, TC, being a fucking coach, all of it, your ability to stay at the top of the mountain in your market, in your niche, have market share, it all comes down to, at least in my opinion, majority of it is sales and marketing. So key things that everyone has to do. If you have any business, whether you're a lender, even if you're lending on like EMDs or you're lending on something super super simple, like long-term rental buy and holds, and your money is being tied up for 2 years, this, that, and the other, like you need a CRM. You need, like, guys, the amount, like I know guys doing 3-4 million a year as lenders and they still don't have a CRM. It doesn't make sense to me. And here's what's cool about a CRM, guys, especially if you get a really good one, like a Go High Level or something else like similar to Go High Level, is that you unlock so many other capabilities. So if, for those of you guys that don't know, I'm going to hit on Go High Level. I don't have a Go High Level to sell you. I don't run Go High Level companies or anything like that. But it to me so far, it's been an amazing platform. And we're testing a new CRM that we've moved one of my businesses completely over to, literally while I'm here in Vegas in this like little Airbnb excursion for myself. One of the things that it's like a core mission for me before I leave is to move another business completely over to this new CRM, which I'll probably like roll out to everyone and just like once I've tested it enough. But the cool thing with both those systems is you unlock automations, you unlock web forms, you unlock funnel capabilities. And the problem with doing, the most basic Excel or like shittiest Podio build that you can is that you don't have that functionality of being a marketer. And so if you want to grow any business that you have, you need to be able to have sales and marketing as like something you can address. And here's what's crazy, guys. I want to go buy other businesses, right? Like I'm starting other businesses. We're launching other businesses. We're literally in the process of negotiating equity in a few different ones right now, which is going to be a long time. It's going to take a while to like get all those things finalized. And you guys want to know what's crazy? All of those businesses will do at least 7 figures in the first year. It's like a year and a half, probably. The ones where I'm getting equity in them, like someone else has built the business and I'm coming in to basically buy it or buy a share of it, right? And I'm coming in to basically take over work they've already done. The craziest thing is this: phenomenal products, phenomenal service, phenomenal fulfillment, right? Finances are okay in terms of like how well they're tracking, how well they're managing, they're good at what they do. They have no growth plan. And they can't enact a growth plan because they don't understand how to drive business. And guys, it's funny, people start e-com shops, right? Like e-commerce, like drop shipping and Shopify and all this kind of good stuff. And what they go do is they spend endless time re-optimizing their website and their landing pages, right? Thinking that like, oh my God, this landing page is the best landing page I've ever seen. My website looks super nice. We've got all these beautiful graphics and visuals and the whole nine. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And then they can't drive customers to it. And then the reason why the world of drop, it's so weird that I know so much about this. The world of drop shipping has like a higher failure rate than like wholesaling. That's huge. The reason why is because you need money to drive traffic. And so people get into drop shipping because the allure behind drop shipping is what? You can sell a product without you making the product or you technically even paying for the product, right? Right? You sell the product and then you ship it from China or you ship it from a warehouse in the States, whatever. And then people get into it because they think it's free. The reality is, it's not the product that costs the money. It's the Facebook ads. It's the TikTok ads. It's the YouTube ads. It's the affiliates, the influencers who you have to pay so they can sponsor your phone case or your whatever the hell it is that you're trying to sell. And so what ends up happening is all these guys who get into that industry, they don't realize that drop shipping, guys, is not a product business. It's a sales and market. It's a marketing business through and through. And very often the sales aren't phone sales. The sales aren't closers. The website is doing like a portion of the sales in terms of conversion. The email marketing back and forth. Like we have these things called abandoned cart emails, which means when someone goes to your website and they go and add something to cart and then they don't, they add something to cart and you've already captured their email at some point and they don't go and buy the thing. They, you know what? They added to cart, phone case costs $40. They don't want to buy it. They dip off. An abandoned cart email sequence is the thing that's going to follow up. You guys know when you guys add things to cart, you don't click on them, you don't check out, you exit you exit the thing and like 20 minutes later you're going to get an email that says, hey, you forgot something in your cart. Hey, you forgot this, that, and the other. Guys, Marlon is, I think, trapped in traffic. So Marlon was never going to be on today just because he's somewhere. I think he's like in Philadelphia or something. I have no idea where he's at. So, guys, it's really interesting. Jade's like every time, yeah. So every time, like, guys, if you go to DoorDash, I want you guys to do this, DoorDash or Uber Eats, okay? Because I know this because it pisses me the hell off. Uber is dialed. Sweet, thank you. I don't get to really talk too much about business because when Marlon's here, we talk about mindset a lot. So I want you guys all to do this, right? Play this fun experiment. Whether you have DoorDash or Uber Eats, in my opinion, they're way better at this than DoorDash is. I've noticed this. Go to Uber. Go to there he is. What's up, dude? See, he's here, just in spirit. I hope you're out of traffic. Go to Uber Eats. When you go to your Uber Eats web app on your phone, I want you to just go add something to cart, right? Or go to a store, look around in a restaurant, add something to cart, and then here's the key. Close the app. Within 15 minutes, the app itself, as long as you've enabled notifications, will send you a notification saying, hey, you forgot something, right? And then your email within 10 to 15 minutes will and here's the key, guys. I promise you, do this with every online store. If you're looking for like phone cases or purses or accessories or something, and you go to someone's website and they sell these things on a website, I promise you to do this. I'm going to give you the hack right now. This is an abandoned cart email sequence. So what's going to happen is add something to cart, leave it there, close the tab, move on. Within about 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to get an email that says, hey, you forgot something, right? And it's going to have a link directly to your cart, and it's going to try to get you to go back in and finish your order. Cool. Open that email, okay? Because their email marketing tool in the back end can see that you opened it. Open it and do not click. Do not click on the thing. What you're doing is you're showing intent, okay? And this is their marketing machine dialing it in. What's going to happen then, within about 24 hours, a day or two maybe, they're going to hit you with a retargeted email, right? Offering you a 15% off discount on that same product. And it's going to have a nice coupon code that was made specifically for you. It was auto-generated. Open that email so it's flagged as open, and then don't do it. Wait another day. And what's going to end up happening is they're going to send you another one for 25% off. Okay, and now here's the kicker. There's always 3. I've never seen it not be 3. Open it again. This time, click the button. It's going to take you to the checkout cart or take you to the website. don't order it. Do not order it there on that second time. Okay. Why? Because all of them have a 3-pronged approach. And that third time, so now that you've opened the email, you've clicked on it, you've looked at the website, their email marketing tools tracking all of this, what's going to end up happening is within a day or two, maybe even a week, sometimes they'll lag it out for a week, they will throw this random flash sale for like 40, 50% off. And the funny thing is, you're the only person on earth who's getting that. It's you and all these other people who have like abandoned cart email sequences. And so like what I'm trying to point at is this, guys. The biggest companies in the world are doing that for a fucking $15 phone case. Like, think about that. That level of marketing follow-up for a phone case sale that they're going to sell to you for $15. It costs them $3 to produce the damn thing with $4 in shipping and handling. They've got like a $9 margin on it. And then out of that $9, they still have to pay payroll and they have to pay taxes. All of this for them to make a few dollars. And yet right now we have wholesalers with $20,000 assignment fees who can't follow up for more than one goddamn phone call. We have lenders who are making pure profit, taking someone's money, lending it out to somebody else at a higher interest rate, which is literally 100% profit margin. In essence, it's almost like an infinite profit margin. And they're running their entire business on Excel. Guys, when you are trying to dial in marketing, look at these guys who do online product sales. You'll learn so much. Your favorite influencers, there's a reason your favorite influencers give you 92 emails a day. It's because you're gathering data. And with that data, you can optimize your marketing. So the point of all of this is what? You guys, I'm telling you right now, you want to grow your wholesale business, your lending business, your TC business, your VA company, whatever the hell it is, your coaching business, telling you right now, the bar is so goddamn low. And the easiest way to fly by your fucking competition is to just start implementing better marketing strategies, better marketing follow-ups. And I'm not talking about just like a phone call, like actual automations that can just go to infinity. Why do I like a product like Go High Level? And guys, Go High Level is an extremely, like, don't get me wrong, it's a great CRM, but it's a basic tool in marketing, right? Like Go High Level has a lot of amazing functionality, but when you start getting to the $1 million plus range, like you're going to unlock so many other tools and so many other businesses that do so much of this at such a higher level. Right? At such a damn higher level. And it's insane that I'm seeing people who want to quit their W-2 from a lending perspective and do it by EMD lending or Gator lending or whatever the hell it is. And they don't take the business seriously enough to actually have a CRM or have email marketing campaigns that actually follow up with people. And so guys, there's this thing that I'm a huge advocate for. It's called funnel hacking. And what that simply means is this: go into all guys. Okay, so Mac, love you, Mac. Mac says, if you can effectively follow up, you beat out 99% of the competition. Mac right now is selling me a deal. Like we're under contract on a deal. We're closing on it this week. Mac is selling me a deal and it's in Phoenix, which is like the hottest market on earth, like the most competitive market, one of the most competitive markets in the country. And he's selling me this amazing sub-2 deal. It's fantastic. Mac, I'm getting like a 3% interest rate on it, right? Like a 3.1 or something. It's like a 3.1% interest rate. Mac wasn't the only guy competing for that seller. I have multiple friends who are high-level friends. Hell, and like they've been in the industry longer than Mac, longer than me, right? Longer than Mac, longer than me. And they didn't follow the fuck up. And what's crazier is some of them actually offered more money than Mac did. They offered more money to the seller than Mac did, but they just didn't follow up long enough. So Mac said it, 8 months of follow-up on that deal. Yeah, 3.1% interest rate in one of the best markets in the country. The only reason I'm getting that deal is because Mac took his sales and marketing really damn seriously. And Mac, I know it because I've seen it. his system, his CRM is so fucking dialed in that nothing will ever slip through the cracks. So guys, I like, this is just something that's been annoying the hell out of me lately. Of course, this is a free YouTube thing. This is not something I'm going to go super high level on, like tactically, just because this is obviously an hour-long podcast. Let me know if you guys want me, because while I've been here in this Airbnb in Vegas, I've been contemplating and figuring out the next wave. I have the next couple of signature masterclasses done. If you guys know me about my signature masterclasses, I go and I basically disappear for a month and I go create something that is better in that specific topic than anyone's $20,000, $30,000 mentorship. And then I will, when we're ready, I'll literally lead this gigantic masterclass. They usually go between 5 to about 5.5 hours. I want to do one that is specific to this topic. That is, if you're a lender, a TC, a flipper, all these things, how to optimize and dial in. I do this thing called marketing secrets, which is like high level marketing, but I want to do the same on the sales aspect, right? Digging into follow-up, digging into automations. And the reality is the bar is not fucking high. The bar is not high. Your competition that you think is crushing the game because all they do is post social media highlights, they suck. They freaking suck. They don't have predictable businesses. They can't forcefully grow. And the reason is because they're not investing and they're not taking time to dial in the most important thing in their business. And they spend so much time worrying about fulfillment, worrying about HR, even worrying about finances so much. And they still don't know how to predictably generate leads. But if you guys know me and you guys know marketing secrets, I'm going to use marketing secrets as an example, guys. Let me know, say me if in the chat, if you guys were actually if any of you guys attended marketing secrets or killer KPIs or anything like that I've done on marketing secrets, right? I go ham for wholesalers and people who want to start wholesale businesses or just generate more deals. I teach you how to generate all the leads, whether they're cold call, texting, PPC, PPL, direct mail, the whole nine. I show you how to generate them, how to nurture them, exactly how long it takes to fill up a pipeline with them, how long it's going to take on the back end of what's known as a cash conversion cycle. So there you go. Okay, amazing. What I want to do, guys, is I am so hell-bent on this. I have a 7-figure real estate, obviously, investment business on the acquisition side with wholesale, buy and hold the whole nine, right? Easy. I didn't master HR there. I didn't master finances there. I mastered sales and marketing more than anything, sales and marketing at the highest level. And then I went and I have a portfolio business that within a year and a half, we took it from basically zero to over $1 million a year. That business in the next 12 months probably is going to do about 1.5 to 2 million, like minimum. And that's like if I fuck everything up. Moving forward, we're going to establish all of these other businesses. We're going to launch all these other things. I'm going to go buy other people's businesses and get equity in all these things. And my go-to thing, like how do I do it? My leverage into that game is perfecting sales and marketing. Because even guys who are doing 3 million a year in lending don't know how to use a CRM. And the reality is because I know how to set it up and properly optimize it, train a sales team and that whole, like the whole nine, they will give me 20, 30, 40, 50% equity in their business because I know how to grow it. Guys, it's actually not that hard. It's so not that hard. And I want everyone here to start taking it so much more seriously because there's so much more that you can start implementing in your businesses right now. And I know this is something that we don't really talk about on Think Big just because it is an hour-long YouTube podcast. But what I want to do now moving forward is I want to start talking about this stuff more vocally. And if you guys aren't, I'm going to do this. If you aren't already, go plug in with me on Instagram. I took 3-4 weeks off of social media. I took 3-4 weeks off of social media to focus on growing a business. We hit some amazing growth metrics in that business in that time. And it was only focusing on shit like this. Now that I'm back on social media, hey, Jennifer Cortez. is literally helping me buy a deal right now. I love her. She's amazing. She also saved me from getting scammed on a $10,000 scam. Huge. She caught basically a bad deal that I was about to buy, and she saved me from getting scammed. Awesome. Love her. Plug in with me on Instagram. I'm going to be rolling out something huge, like fucking massive. And the reality is, it's funny. I'm pissing off a lot of gurus. I'm getting like a lot of pressure from a lot of people who are not happy about it. And what we're going to do is this: we're simply going to show you guys how to get to 1 million in a tried and true way. And it's funny enough, we're not going to be talking about real estate. We're not going to be talking about doing deals. We're going to be talking about structuring your business, no matter what it is. So if you guys want in on that, you guys know me. I don't charge for anything. Just connect with me on Instagram, plug in with me there. My laptop is about to die. Again, so sorry for this being so spontaneous and so not like the norm, but I want to say this is huge. Guys, this is episode 92 of Think Big. And like, you can check it. Go to my YouTube, hit the little live button where it shows all the live feeds. 92 weeks in a row, we've never missed one time. The Think Big podcast has gone live 92 weeks in a row. Guys, think about that. Sales and marketing, right? Most podcasts don't make it past episode like 4 or 5. Ever. Like, they don't do 4 or 5 at all. In 92 weeks, we've done 92 episodes. Fortunes in the follow for all the things that we build. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to share with you guys. This is free YouTube, so we don't go super ham on free YouTube. Stay tuned. Plug in with me on social media, especially on Instagram. Shoot me a DM. Can't wait to just give you guys a little bit of insights, a little bit of hints at what we're about to build, because my goal is this: if you follow me, if you are in my ecosystem within the next 24 months, there is no reason you are not making at least $1 million a year in whatever you're doing. TC, lending, wholesale, flipping, whatever the fuck it is. VA company, doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how, and it's going to be based on the things that we're really fucking good at. So with that being said, guys, y'all are amazing. I've missed you all. I love you all. Do me a favor. I'm not good at this. This is Marlon's thing. Marlon tells you guys to pay your dues. Hit like and subscribe and the whole nine. My whole thing is this: I don't even care about the like and subscribe. Like, the like and subscribe, that helps the algorithm push us more. Here's the thing: send the channel, send the Think Big podcast to a friend who you think needs to hear the message of taking their business more seriously, of going from solopreneur to CEO, all that kind of good stuff. You guys are amazing. Love you all. I will see you all next week. Bye, guys.